This is big. We have multiple major Calgary Flames updates that span from roster updates, prospect updates, milestones, and everything in between. This video has a little bit of everything with both positive and negative reports ahead of tonight's very special game. We're going to get into all that more in this video, but first I want to welcome you to Flames Digest. I'm Mike Griffith. I'm Mark Griffith. If you're new around here and you love the Flames, make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the latest news, updates, reports, and rumors revolving around your Calgary Flames. We would love to welcome you to the Flames Digest family. It's funny, I was taking a little look at down where it says my mic, as in my microphone is working while I'm recording. So I said Mike, but don't worry, I'm actually Mark. But anyway, we have a lot of updates to go over. Like I said in the intro, there's some roster updates, injury, I guess, prospect. We kind of go all over the place. But to start, we'll start with this, maybe the most significant roster update we've had in a little while now. So the Flames roster update from the Flames themselves say that defenseman Yan Kuznetsov has been recalled from the Wranglers. Now this happened yesterday after I had recorded yesterday's video, but Kuznetsov up with the team. So Pat Steinberg tweeting out that Wes Gilbertson suggested on Monday's Flames Talk, it does look like Calgary is recalling the left shot D-man as they've kind of been discussing all week. So he has been a huge part of the Wranglers blue line the last couple of seasons, as we know. A bit more of a shutdown guy, but can chip in offensively. Ryan Pike added that when I listened to Flames Talk and heard Wes's Kuznetsov suggestion, I was mad I didn't think of it. He could be a really nice stylistic complement to a young offensive-minded defender they have. Maybe that offensive-minded player might be a bit of a righty, but you guys went all over the place in the comment section yesterday about, Kuznetsov coming up, talking about Parekh, and maybe I'll save the rest of that chatter for the comment of the day, of course, a little later on. But we did get a nice update here as well. As we know, a lot of people think if you bring someone down, you got to take them out. But little housekeeping note from Ryan Pike again. He said the Flames already had an open roster spot, so there's no corresponding move needed to add Kuznetsov. Kuznetsov cleared waivers in October, so he's exempt until he either plays 10 NHL games or is on the NHL roster for 30 days. I can't imagine either of those things will happen, especially with kind of the logjam that the Flames have in defense anyway. But it's still great that he might get the chance to play at the NHL level at some point in the next week or so here. I guess, of course, we'll have to see. I can't imagine he'll go tonight, but of course, I've been proven wrong before. And a great quote from Yan himself. He said, "It feels awesome. It's something you work for every day, so definitely it feels good." That was Kuznetsov talking about being recalled by the Flames this morning and reflects on his start of the season with the Wranglers because he's playing well. The Wranglers are playing pretty well. Overall, things aren't looking too bad if you're looking from a future standpoint for the Flames. If you're looking at it, how are we doing in the standings? Not fantastic, but there you go. Big roster update. We may get Kuznetsov playing soon, and if the fans get their wish, then maybe he would be playing with Zane Parekh. A lot of people would like to see Parekh play with, a Weegar or someone else like that, but Kuznetsov, as Pike points out stylistically, it does make a lot of sense. Now to another update that isn't as good, not as positive, a bit of a negative one. But there was breaking news that Michigan freshman defenseman Henry Muse suffered a season-ending injury, which really, really sucks. Ryan Pike said that he can confirm Michigan Daily's report that that Flames prospect Henry Muse is out for the remainder of the season due to injury. So he was a 2024 third rounder and he had 9 points in 10 games and was a focal point of the Wolverines' superb power play. Sucks, really terrible news that he will be out for the year. It's just so gutting for a guy who's, trying to develop, really find his footing, and someone who has had injury problems before. So it really does suck. There's no other way to put it, but obviously we wish him a speedy recovery. Hopefully it doesn't stunt anything for his future at all. And of course we will keep supporting him nevertheless. But again, not exactly always ideal news. Now, to get things a little more on track, a little more positivity. That's what we like to do here on the channel. Someone who has been killing it this year, kind of surprisingly, is Ethan Wittenbach. So he actually had another multi-point game who has now hit 10 points as a freshman already with Quinnipiac, or is that how you pronounce it? I honestly don't know. It's a bit of a crazy name, so many letters in there. But either way, Ethan Wittenbach has been lighting it up so far. He was a bit of a later round pick for the Flames in the most recent draft. So great to see, or at least I think it was the most recent draft. Was it? I don't know. Time's almost warped when you're a Flames fan. It's hard to remember things completely. But either way, great to know that we do have some players absolutely lighting it up. To continue on that note, Hunter Brustevich, one of the prospects that Flames fans definitely care the most about ever since he came over in the Lindholm trade with Vancouver. So following another goal against Bakersfield, this is from a couple days ago, but following another goal against Bakersfield, Hunter Brustevich is currently tied for the AHL lead in goals by a defenseman with 4 and is sitting third in points with 8. Early signs point to a real breakout season for him. He's another guy who, look, I'd love to see him at the NHL level, just like he played the last game last year. And, you know, I totally do. But if he can just completely develop and just be really the go-to guy for the Wranglers, I think that's another perfect season for him in his development. And it's so great to see. Now, obviously, these stats might not be exactly accurate now that it's a couple days later, but still, he is doing so well offensively. He's just doing really well overall, and Flames fans are pumped and have good reason to be pumped about Brustevich, of course. So that's another fantastic one to see there. Last one might be the prospect people care about the most now that obviously guys like, you know, Parekh, Wolf, Coronato are everyday NHLers, is Matvei Gridin. So he actually currently leads the AHL in rookie points per game with 1.38 points per game. He was Flames prospect, or at Blasty Prospects prospect of the week with a goal and 3 assists for 4 points in 4 games. He hasn't slowed down. He got to start the year at the NHL. A lot of people were really happy with his little audition. You know, logistically made more sense to send him down, but he is doing really well, and Flames fans, of course, are pumped about that. So we still love a bit of gritty around these parts. Now let's get into tonight's special game, as it truly is a bit of a special one, and it is because it is Nazem Kadri's 1,000th NHL game. A lot of people did not expect that, but the Flames are hosting the Columbus Blue Jackets. This one goes at 7:30 local time. I'm sure there's still quite a few tickets available if you wanted to snag and watch that game in person, but it's really funny. Kadri was wearing, you know, a yellow sweater at practice yesterday just to ensure he'd make it to that 1,000th game. Maybe a bit of a golden sweater there, but either way, amazing. Congratulations to him, and we have so many quotes that we can go over. The best one for me, honestly, as a Flames fan, was this one. He said, "I'm very, very thankful to be playing in front of such great fans and try and get a win." You just gotta love Naz when he's saying that. So amazing to see. So that was in a Flames TV exclusive where Kadri reflects on his career and explains what it means to him to hit 1,000 NHL games on Wednesday night on home ice. And I'm not going to stop there. I have a couple more quotes here. So it's bound to be a special night. This is from an article directly from the Flames. So it's bound to be a special night, a night for Naz. The Flames centerman will skate in his 1,000th NHL contest, a milestone only achieved by players wearing a Flames uniform a dozen times before this evening. Kadri will have about 40 friends and family on hand in addition to the Sea of Red to mark the occasion at the Scotiabank Saddledome when his Calgary squad hosts Columbus. Here are some quotes. He said, "Exciting for sure. Got lots of friends and family coming into town and just want to be able to share with everybody means a lot to me," Kadri said during a media session Tuesday. "I've been able to reflect over the last couple days and it kind of still hasn't quite sunk in yet. I'm sure with the ceremony and everything, at some point it will." And I'm sure it will too. Those ceremonies are always really, really cool. As he stands on the precipice of this milestone, a night where he'll be the center of attention on the ice and in the run of the show, Kadri will certainly take pause and reflect on the journey, and in that moment, it's bound to come back to family. He said, "I mean, they've put me on skates when I was a little guy and took me to, well, my parents took me to hockey games and had me around the rinks and gave me the opportunity to play the game that I eventually fell in love with," he reflected. So, I mean, there's so many people I could throw in that. Like I mentioned, coaches, organizations, teammates. Teammates are huge, but my family, as you know, it's on top of it all. And family truly does mean everything at the end of the day. But a huge congratulations to Nazem Kadri. It'll be super cool to watch that ceremony, and hopefully he puts on a show for all his friends and family, and of course, fans in his 1,000th game. Now let's get into the comment of the day to wrap up this video. I know I kind of spoiled a little bit of what it would be about, but this comment, you know, and it ended up getting a lot of likes for good reason. It comes from Mr. Watts. He says, "We need to stop relying on ChatGPT and start relying on facts." Fact. We need to build through the draft and tank for McKenna. A lot of people will agree with you. Another fact. Play the young guys. We got nothing to lose. With how the season's gone so far, it seems factual as well. Parekh needs more NHL minutes to develop and adapt to the hurdle of being an NHL regular. When Coach GPT puts him in the press box, he takes away his confidence and development. Play the kids. Play Yan. There you go. Yan is in Kuznetsov. Play Parekh. That's it. Have a good day, Mark. And hey, you have a good day too. And I mean that to everyone, of course, watching at this point in the video. But it is true. This ended up getting way more likes than when I screenshotted it. But yes, no, it is fantastic you know, play Yan. I think that's what a lot of people want. Play Yan with Parekh, I should say. And yeah, play the youngsters just in general. And Coach GPT, if that sticks, that's honestly hilarious. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to what you saw here today and have a wonderful rest of your day.